Fear is a tool. Fear is a tool, not the enemy. Fear is a solution to the problem. It's not something to be annoyed with. It's not something to be fearful of. It is a serpent to be tamed. I was listening to Harv Eker the other day, and this is what he said. He said, the snake will warn you of trouble. It will warn you that something is there. It will deliver a warning. Do not let the snake run your life. Do not let fear run your life. Do not make decisions based on fear, but use fear as a tool. You don't want to kill fear. You don't want to eliminate it, because then you're blindly going through life and shit will happen to you. But use fear as a guide, as a tool, as a way to say, okay, there may be an issue there. What can I do to solve that issue? Not, oh my God, this could take me out. It's not a dragon. Don't allow it to get bigger than it belongs being. It's just a little serpent. Let it stay there. It's a guide. It's simply a tool to be used. Fear is that first step to movement, first step to reality. You never have fear in the past, right? You're not afraid of shit in the past, right? It's already been done. Nothing to think about back there. You might get depressed. You might get angry, but you can't experience fear in the past. Fear is only forward movement. Fear is false emotions appearing real. You can't experience fear in the present, and you can't experience it in the past. It only comes when you're thinking about the future. I was having a conversation with my brother yesterday about when we jumped off of the stratosphere in Las Vegas. And my brother just did $1 million deal. He literally closed on it at 4 o'clock yesterday. So it's not even 24 years old for him. And at 2 o'clock, he called me and he was panicking. He was scared. He was nervous. And as we talked, he said, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of going up the elevator on the stratosphere. And there's something that happens when you walk into the door of the room that doesn't have glass, where suddenly it becomes a little more real to you that you're actually that high above the ground. And all you can see out that window is Las Vegas skyline. All you can see is buildings and mountains. They hook you up with a harness on your back. The first click is the click I remember the most, because it was a click of commitment. All these fears, all these thoughts start pounding, pounding, pounding. And then they walk you out onto the ledge, and the instructor tells you, now take your left hand and put it on the other pole. And at that moment, you're now in position to jump, and you're looking down, and it's windy up there. And we did it at night, so it was very dark. And all you could see is a tiny little X at the bottom of where you're about to jump. And you know that that's about to be where you're going. And you could feel the wind, right? Las Vegas has a very fresh smell that high up. It smells almost like fear. That's all I remember is the freshness of life. That smell now reminds me of jumping off of that building. And as I was standing over the edge, all I could remember was this one thought. It was a decision in my mind. Either I'm jumping or I'm not. And up until that point, I had not thought about it. I knew I was going to go do this the entire time. Right when you're facing the biggest challenge, that's when fear will sneak in and say, you don't have to do this. You could not close on this deal. You could just turn around right now, and they'd unhook you and they'd send you inside. And it was a commitment to make sure that nothing could stop me from making moves that I knew were the right thing to do. It was a breakthrough experience. So I attached everything, all my fears, to that one jump. Elon Musk has a saying, owning business like chewing glass and staring at the abyss. The chewing glass part is you really have to sometimes do shit you don't want to do. I'm great on video, but I hate doing videos. It's a lot of work for me to go and do videos. I got to amp myself up. I got to dance around. I drink a Monster Energy drink. I do whatever it takes to get myself amped. I listen to music, whatever I got to do to get myself amped up to go do a video. And then I'm like, okay, go. But I don't want to do it. But I know that it moves the business forward. It moves the mission forward. It moves my purpose in life forward. It helps me buy more real estate. It helps me make my partners money. Helps me take over shitty landlords' buildings and give the tenants a better quality of life. It helps me pay those investors so that they can go and have the freedom that they want. It helps me pay my investors. You chew glass sometimes. It really sucks. You know, some of that stuff really does, but it's worth it. And so you do it. And then staring at the abyss is, man, like, I totally get it, because every other day there's something where we're either being sued or a deal's falling apart or we owe money to somebody and the rent's not in yet. and they're calling us and saying they want their money back because they just lost a whole bunch of money in crypto and they're not liquid anymore. They need their money back. And suddenly I'm like, $100,000 in 3 days? It's like at any moment the business could just fall apart, right? But it doesn't. It doesn't fall apart. You keep moving. You keep pushing forward. You keep learning new skills. You keep stretching. And you have to have faith that you will figure it out. Write this down, new page. I will figure it out.